Dear students, greetings. In today's class, we are going to learn about the lesson India and its relationship. India and its relation with its neighboring country. It is from civics lesson. So, we know the neighboring countries of India and how India maintained its relationship with her neighboring country. Okay, let's first see the neighboring country. Before entering into the lesson, let's see the famous saying of Hesiod. What he has said, a bad neighbor is a misfortune. A bad neighbor is a misfortune, whereas a good neighbor is a blessing to us. It is not only applicable to our houses, but to our nation too. We are living in a vast country, where crores of people living. So, maintaining the relationship with the other countries, particularly with neighboring countries, is utmost important. Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, has said, we cannot live dependently, completely we cannot depend, with others. Neither we can live without any independent, but we have to live interdependent. Interdependent. We human beings are interdependent. So, neither dependent nor independent, but interdependent. This is the famous saying of our first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Nehruji. So, being a vast country, as I told you already, we want peace. We like to maintain peace inside our country and also with our neighbors. From the independence we got, from the year 1947 till today, India is striving to get, peace, a complete peace. It wants to lead, India wants to lead its country peacefully. It wants to maintain its relationship with the, peace manner with other countries. Okay? So, let's see the neighboring countries of India. Look at the map. See here, in the west side, we have Afghanistan and Pakistan. So, to India's west, we have Afghanistan and Pakistan as our neighboring country. In the east side, southern east side of India, we have Bhutan, Nepal as our neighboring countries. Here in the east, Bangladesh, formerly known as the Eastern Pakistan, we have in our east side, and the far east of India, we have Burma. It was formerly known as Burma. Okay, now it is known as Myanmar. So, the former name before independence, it was known as Burma, but now it is known as Myanmar. So, next to the southeast, we have Ceylon. And in the west southern side we have Maldives. Maldives is in the Lakshadweep, near Lakshadweep Island. Okay, let's see about the relationship, how we maintain with our neighbors. First, let's see the relationship of India with Afghanistan. Okay, so India-Afghan relation was strengthened by the Strategic Partnership Agreement, SPA. Okay, the relationship between Afghanistan and India, Strategic Partnership Agreement. Through this, India is rebuild the infrastructure of Afghanistan, the institutions, agriculture, water, education, health, and providing duty free. What is duty free? Without tax, Afghanistan can have their trade here in India. That is called duty free. Duty free trade with India. India helped the Afghans in the constructions of Salma Dam in the district Herat. See the name? Herat is the district in Afghan. So there in the construction of Salma Dam, a dam called Salma, India has contributed its aid. Okay. So 500 scholarships are given to the children of martyrs. Martyrs, the people who died in the war, particularly in the security forces of Afghanistan. The soldiers who died in the security forces, their children are given 500 scholarship by our India. Okay, so through that schools and colleges both in Afghanistan and India, they can pursue their scholar. Okay, so India is also supporting Afghanistan to improve its public health and small scale industries. India is at the forefront of the promotion of investment in Afghanistan, and the consortium of public and private Indian companies had been selected to make one of the biggest investment. So in Afghanistan, it has been founded that India is the biggest investment country in Afghanistan. It is a great benefit to Afghan, by our India. So to harness India's sports potential, India has built Kandahar International Cricket Stadium in Afghanistan. Kandahar is a place in Afghanistan where India has, built Kandahar Cricket Stadium. Okay, so India's Self-Employment Women's Association that is founded by India in Afghanistan, helped the Afghanistan women to come out, and enhance, to knowledge, to show their knowledge in different field. Imports training on sustainable livelihood and to be self-reliant. It helps the women of Afghanistan to get self-reliant, to get confident. Okay. So, thus India is contributing proactively, continuous action. Okay, just action. It is not stopped just by saying. So, it involved with full action activity to help Afghanistan. Development of Afghanistan in the form of monetary and funds. So, next let us see India and Bangladesh. Bangladesh, this is Bangladesh. Okay. So, Bangladesh, formerly it was known as Eastern Pakistan. Okay, it is occupied by the Muslims. So, how far our India contributes to the development of Bangladesh, let's see, Eastern Pakistan. Okay. So, India was the first nation to acknowledge the independence of, Bangladesh. Bangladesh independence was first recognized and accepted by India. As I told you already, it is formerly known as East Pakistan. As an independent country, India and Bangladesh share the longest boundary. Okay, longest boundary it shares with Bangladesh. Okay, so 4,096.7 kilometer boundary is shared by India and Pakistan. It is the longest boundary we share with, Bangladesh. So, India has plans to implement the proposal rail connectivity between Agartala. Agartala is the capital of Tripura state of India, and Agaura it is in Bangladesh. So, a rail connectivity between India, that is from the state Tripura to Bangladesh, Agaura, a particular place called Agaura has been planned by India. Okay, rail connectivity. So, through its territory from Kolkata. Next one, Bangladesh has granted India road transit. Okay, road transportation facility through its territories from Kolkata to Agartala. Again from Kolkata to Agartala, from West Bengal, our Indian state West Bengal to Tripura, from Tripura to Dhaka. Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh. Is it okay? So, under the BBIN, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India and Nepal Motor Vehicle Agreement. So, the Faraka Accord on sharing of Ganga water. So, we all know Ganga originates from, here Uttarakhand, and it runs here, and from, West Bengal it enters into Bangladesh and drains at last into Bay of Bengal. The sharing of Ganga water between India and Bangladesh, there was an agreement signed, okay, in the place called Faraka. It is a historical, agreement, that much important, because without any dispute, both countries, signed to, accepted to share the water of Ganga. So next one, it was signed in the year 1977. India and Bangladesh share 54 common rivers. So, there are 54 common rivers running both in India and Bangladesh. It is a common rivers, 54 common rivers. So, without, as I told you already, without any dispute, both countries, like to share the water, between them. So, bilateral joint river commission. There, a commission called Bilateral Commission, River Commission is set up, so which monitor the sharing of water between Bangladesh and India. So it helps to maintain, the peace between these two countries. The government of India provides grant assistance for project under aid to Bangladesh. Help to Bangladesh. Under this project, India helps Afghanistan for the construction of buildings, laboratories, dispensaries, hospitals and deep tube wells. So in addition, scholarships are granted by ICCR, Indian Council for Cultural Relationship. So through this ICCR, okay, every year to students from Bangladesh has initiated a Tagore chair. Students from Bangladesh can undergo their scholarship, undergo their research and studies here in India. That is called Tagore chair. Okay, in University of Dhaka. Both in Dhaka and also in India, they can have their research on studies. Next, both the countries jointly inaugurated the construction of 130 kilometers Bangladesh-India Friendship Pipeline. It is called Bangladesh-India Friendship Line. Okay, that line, pipeline, okay, in order to show their relationship. It is between Siliguri in West Bengal. Siliguri is the place in West Bengal, and Parpatipur. Parpatipur is a place in Bangladesh. So it is laid between Siliguri in West Bengal and Parpatipur in Bangladesh. The Teen Bigha corridor is a strip of land belonging to India as Teen Bigha corridor. Please look, so when you listen the video, it is better you to keep the book and to look at the book, because I am just explaining what is given in the book to you. Okay, so look at the words. So many words are very difficult, so you may not know the pronunciation or the spellings. It is better to keep the book while watching the video. So the Teen Bigha corridor, it belongs to India, but India has given lease to Bangladesh in the year 2011. So it is an additional information. Next, let's see India and Bhutan. India and Bhutan, a small country, Himalayan kingdom, a small Himalayan kingdom, a country in Himalaya. Okay, so it is known as thunderbolt land of thunderbolt. Bhutan is known as land of thunderbolt, is one of the poorest countries of the world. Bhutan is one of the poorest countries of the world. The diplomatic relationship between Bhutan and India is very famous. Okay, through Bhutan were established in 1968 with the appointments of a resident representative of India in Thimphu. Thimphu is the capital of Bhutan. So we have our diplomat there in Bhutan. So it was first appointed in the year 1968. Through this we can understand the diplomacy relationship between Bhutan and India. Bhutan has its diplomacy here in India and we also have our diplomat there in Bhutan. So, Bhutan is a landlocked nation. It is a landlocked nation. Okay. So, to access the sea route, Bhutan completely depend on India. Okay. To use Bay of Bengal, the sea, ocean, it has to depend on India. Landlocked nation, so it is highly dependent on India for access to sea. India is the principal contributor in the economic development of Bhutan. India declared the bilateral trade relation. Bilateral trade relation, the trade between two countries is called bilateral. Bi means two. So bilateral relationship between Bhutan and India. India declared the bilateral trade relation known as Bharat to Bhutan. So the bilateral trade is known as Bharat to Bhutan, B2B. Okay. India provides scholarship to Bhutanish, the people of Bhutan, students to study in prestigious institutions of higher learning and offered help in setting up a digital library in Bhutan. So our India has set up a digital library in Bhutan. The Bhutanese students are given scholarship by our Indian. The prestigious Nehru Wangchuk scholarship, okay, is being awarded to deserving and talented Bhutanese nationals to undertake studies in selected premier Indian educational institutions. So the Nehru Wangchuk scholarship, a prestigious scholarship is given to the Bhutanese students to get their studies here in our India. The hydel power sector represents one of the main indicators of bilateral cooperation between India and Bhutan. So far, Government of India has constructed 3 hydroelectric projects in Bhutan, Chuka, Kruchu and Tala. So these are the 3 hydroelectric power stations built by our country in Bhutan. So India has helped Bhutan in developing that country's infrastructure by establishing telecommunication and in the construction of hospitals, roads and bridges in Bhutan. So from this we can understand how much our India is contributing its help to Bhutan. Another additional information, Gur Padmasambhava. Gur Padmasambhava, a Buddhist monk, went to Bhutan, okay, and he spread Buddhism and thus he built traditional ties between the people of Bhutan and India. So he helped, the Bhutanese people to get a knowledge of India, and it is a building of the cultural tie between India and Bhutan. Guru Padmasambhava. Guru Padmasambhava. Next, let's see India and China. All of us know India. So among the neighboring countries of India, China is the equal country to us. Okay, so in terms of geography and demography, population of India and China, and tradition, in all these walks of life, we are more, close relations, similarity we have, China and India. Skilled manpower and civilizational depth, China is the only country in the region which qualifies for comparison with India. So China being the manufacturing hub of the world is strategically very important to India. India and China share similarity of view on many fronts like World Trade Organization, international climate change, and reforms of the World Bank. So Shanghai Cooperation Organizations. So in which India is awarded the observer a position. So China has given India the observer position in Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So in turn, SAARC, okay, India has granted the observer status to China in the SAARC, had granted observer status to China. So India and China have signed an educational exchange program. Under the agreement, scholarships are awarded to 25 students of Chinese, in recognized institution of higher learning in each other countries. That means, both the country, from India 25 students we can send it to China, and from China they can send 25, students to India. So best 25 students. So from each country can send to obtain the scholarship to undergo their higher studies. So McMahon line, another important additional information, McMahon line, this is the boundary line between India, China and Bhutan. India, China and Bhutan. Okay, so it was determined in the year 1914 at a conference of representatives of British India, Tibet and China. So from three countries the representatives had gone to to decide the boundaries. So in that, from British India, Secretary of State for India, Arthur Henry McMahon, went to participate in the conference. So that line is named after Arthur McMahon. Okay, Henry McMahon. So McMahon line. Thereafter it was known as McMahon line. The border lines, boundary lines of Bhutan, China and India, McMahon line. So next let's see India and Maldives. I told you Maldives, it is southern side of southern part of Lakshadweep Island, west southern side to India. So Maldives located south of Lakshadweep Islands in the Indian Ocean. The relationship with Maldives is important for India. For India, given its strategic location and geographical proximity, since it is very close to proximity, nearness, closeness, since it is very, close to India, it is Maldives also is one of the important neighbor country to us. India and Maldives share ethic, okay, and linguistic, cultural, religious and commercial links steeped in antiquity and enjoy cordial and multi-dimensional relationship. So multi-dimensional relationship we have with the Maldives. Trade and tourism are being developed between the two countries. Both countries have agreed to strengthen cooperation to enhance maritime security in the Indian Ocean. Maritime, the sea, the sea. So we have here, as I told you, Maldives, okay, island actually, since it is very near to us, the sea part, the sharing of sea part, okay, so we have cordial understanding between Maldives to enhance the maritime security and Indian Ocean region through a coordinated patrolling and aerial surveillance and exchange of information. So they give the important information to us as we do to them. Okay. Next, India and Myanmar. Myanmar, Burma. Okay. So formerly before independence it was known as Burma. India's second largest borders shared with Myanmar till 1989. Sorry, till 1989 it was known as Burma. After 1989 only it is renamed as Myanmar. So 4 northeastern Indian states, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur and Mizoram. Nagaland, Manipur and Arunachal Pradesh. So it shares, Burma shares with 4 Indian states. Its border with 4 Indian states. Arunachal Pradesh, okay, Nagaland, Manipur and Mizoram. Also share their borders with Myanmar. Myanmar is India's gateway to Southeast Asia. India is building the Caledon multi-modal transport road river port cargo transport project to link Kolkata to Sittwe in Myanmar. Kolkata, West Bengal and West Bengal and Sittwe is a place in Burma. So in order to link these 2 places from India to Burma, this Caledon multi-modal transport river port cargo transport project has been followed by our India, a project aiming to connect Kolkata with Ho Chi Minh City on the South Sea for the formation of an economic zone. Will have a road pass through Myanmar, Cambodia and Vietnam and work on the first phase connecting Guwahati, with Mandela is currently underway. So, in all the way, India is trying to connect with India, with Burma. So, for West Bengal and other states of eastern side with Burma, many projects are followed by India. So, next one, Myanmar is an important partner in our energy needs for petroleum. We depend, with Myanmar for petroleum and natural gases. So, we import petroleum and gas from Myanmar. Okay. So, some of the Indian companies such as Essar, GAIL and ONGC Videsh Limited have invested in Myanmar's energy sector. So, these are the Indian companies in Myanmar, Burma. Next, let's see India and Nepal. India and Nepal. India is a natural buffer between, the natural buffer of India and China is Nepal. Okay. So, being a small landlocked country, it is also like Bhutan, it is also a landlocked country. Okay. Nepal depends on India for economic support and transit facilities. India shares borders in 5 Indian states: Sikkim, West Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. These are the states, the borders Nepal shares with India, Indian states. People residing in the border districts on both sides share deeper cultural bonds. Indian farms are the biggest investors in Nepal. India provides substantial financial and technical development assistance with the focus on infrastructure, irrigation, health, energy projects and community development of Nepal. India built the 204 kilometer long Mahendra Raj Marg, a way, to link Kathmandu and India. Kathmandu, it is in Nepal. So, the connectivity between Nepal and India, nearly 204 kilometers is built by India. Nepal is endowed with and its our generation. India has taken up the work of 5,600 megawatt Panjeshwar project. So, through Panjeshwar project, our India is trying to take nearly 5,600 megawatt of electricity from Nepal, which remained stalled for 18 years after agreement. So, Nepali and Indian people visit each other's country for religious pilgrimage. Pasupati and Janakpur are traditional centers in Nepal. In Nepal, which are the traditional centers? Pasupati and Janakpur. So, we Indians visit these places as a pilgrimage, pilgrim places. Whereas, Varanasi and 4 Dhamas in India. What are the 4 Dhamas? Badrinath, Puri, Dwaraha and Rameshwaram in India. So, the Nepalis like to undertake pilgrimages to visit these pilgrim centers in India. Okay, so important pilgrimages destination in India. The bond of relationship further increased when India included Nepalese language in the 8th schedule of our constitution. So, this shows how much we are close with Nepalese. So, the Nepali language has been included in our constitution in 8th schedule. We all know about our constitution, parts and articles, everything you know. So, a joint hydro power project is being built on the Sharda river. Sharda river, it is in Nepal. So, this power plant helps both India and Nepal with respect to electricity production and irrigation facilities. From the environmental perspective, there are a number of tiger reserves along Indo-Nepal border. So, tiger, the reserve, the reserving of tigers in the border of both Nepal and India. So, the government of India and Nepal have signed 3 sister city agreement for winning of Kathmandu, Varanasi, Lumini, Buddhagaya, Janakpur and Ayodhya. So, 3 sister project. Next, let's see about India and Pakistan. We all know very well about Pakistan. Okay, before independence, Pakistan with India. So, since the bifurcation of territory, the division of the territory, Pakistan and India, which demarcated India and Pakistan in 1947, the two nations have had strained relationship due to disagreements. Okay, we all know about the disagreements between India and Pakistan over a number of key issues. So many issues are going till today. Okay, terrorism remains our core concern in the relationship with Pakistan. What is the problem? Terrorism that prevails in Pakistan. Okay, so that is the main reason for the problem between Pakistan and India. Pakistan has been antagonistic when maintaining relationship with India. It always show its enmity to India, though we strain to keep peaceful relationship with Pakistan. We don't like to show any enmity with Pakistan, but they have. So, but India has made extreme efforts to improve and stabilize relations with Pakistan. The cross-border firing between India and Pakistan and the terrorist attacks combined have taken its toll on the Kashmirs. The people of Kashmir are suffering because the border problem between India and Pakistan. So economically, even many are dying because of this terrorism that happens often in Kashmir. Who have suffered poor living standards, the people of Kashmir, because of this they are suffering out of poor living conditions and erosion of human rights. Kashmir is the bone of contention, a continuous problem, a continuous dispute between India and Pakistan, which has brought the two countries into an open clash many times. Cross-border terrorism is a major irritant to us. Cross-border terrorism, see, they come often, they cross their border and indulge in terrorism. This is the irritant, to India from Pakistan. India tried to bring a positive change in the relationship of the two countries through bilateral agreements, a Shimla Agreement and Lahore Declaration. There are two important agreements, Shimla Agreement and Lahore Declaration. So, these two agreements, India tried its best to bring peace between these two countries, but till today we didn't have time. At least let us hope in the future. Next, India and Sri Lanka. India has cultural, all of us know, which is, Sri Lanka, Ceylon. Sri Lanka, India has cultural, historical and religious ties with Sri Lanka. Separated by the narrow expanse of the Pak Strait, India and Ceylon is separated by the Pak Strait. Strait, all of you know what is a strait, a small stretch of water that separates two big land mass is called strait. So, Pak Strait separates India and Ceylon. India and Sri Lanka have shared excellent trade relationship committing to each other in both bilateral free trade agreements as well as developing interaction through SAARC, SAARC. The relationship between India and Sri Lanka can generally be termed as friendly, except for the brief spell in which the Tamil ethnic problem cast its shadow on the relationship between the two countries. Except the Tamilians problem, okay, apart from that, that alone caused here and there some problems between India and Sri Lanka. Apart from that, the relationship between India and Sri Lanka is a very good relationship. Next, on the relationship between the two countries, India and Sri Lanka has conventionally close to each other. India is among the top investors in Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, we have our Indians, have invested much in Sri Lanka, particularly in petroleum, IT, real estate, telecommunication, and tourism too. On the other hand, the Sri Lankan investments in India include Brandis, Government City in Visakhapatnam, Maersk Holdings, John Keel's, Hayleys, apart from the other investments in the freight servicing. So all these are the investment have made by Sri Lanka in India. Logistics sector. India offers scholarship slots annually to deserving Sri Lankan students. Sri Lanka is also a partner in Nalanda University project of India. So Ashoka had sent his son Mahinda and his daughter Sangamitra to Ceylon. Formerly it was known as Ceylon. Sri Lanka, ancient name for Sri Lanka was Ceylon. So Ashoka sent his son and daughter to Ceylon to preach Buddhism. Chola kings Rajaraja I and Rajendra I conquered the northern part of Ceylon. So this is the additional information about Ceylon. It shows the relationship we had even in the ancient time between Ceylon. Okay, during the 4th, 5th century itself, we had relationship with, Ceylon. So, relationship with neighboring countries unavoidable. It is better to keep a peaceful coexistence and coordination with our neighboring countries, and we are always, India always strive to get a peaceful relationship with our neighboring countries. Thanks for watching. I hope this video will help you to understand the lesson. Remaining part of the lesson we will see in our next video. Thank you.